Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So delighted to be rejoined by Cynthia. We done a driver fit together at the end of last year.
Yeah.
We're going to recheck that driver.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Love it. Excited. A few woods. I know Cynthia works in the Mississauga location with us, and we're always looking through her golf bag. I know she just got some new wedges, and the irons have been good. The driver has been good. She's placed Thursday night league with us down in Mississauga, so get some new fairway woods in the bag today.
Sounds good. Cynthia, you were saying off the back of doing that driver session, one thing that you were really curious to do was a gapping session, like a top end of your bag gapping session, just to see how things all blend together now.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good point for people to think about when they replace one club. How does it affect the flow of your gapping, and you know, does it cause you problems? You know, obviously there's a solution that we've got to with the driver, but is it causing problems elsewhere? So I think that would be good to do a little bit of that with Cynthia today.
Definitely. Excited.
Excellent. Okay, why don't we hit some drivers? Let's get some baseline numbers, then we'll hit your own fairway wood. Okay, so for those of you who saw Cynthia's last fit with us, and if you haven't, definitely go back and watch that. It was an interesting one that was kind of, you know, we were making small increments of improvement, and then the Pink Panther came in, the Autoflex, and kind of just changed the whole fit entirely.
Out of nowhere. It was
completely
crazy.
And you didn't go with the regular Autoflex color, Cynthia. You went with the rainbow, which I much prefer, actually.
Yeah, the hot pink's a little too bright.
Yeah. No, I think this is pretty cool. So what have you experienced since you had the driver in the bag? It's probably been, what, 6 months?
Yeah, I'm carrying it a lot further.
Okay.
Not a lot further, like a considerable amount further, and it's going higher than it used to, which is nice.
So let's do a little refresher on the driver, and obviously, you know, like in all fits with a driver like a TSi2, we've got the weight that we can move around, we've got the loft sleeve we can move around. So let's first and foremost double check, make sure we've got Cynthia in the most optimized setting for her. What's it on right now, Cynthia? C1?
It's at D1.
D1, okay, so lower loft, standard lie. Okay. There's that high ball flight you talked about. Okay, so Cynthia's obviously delivering quite a bit of loft, Mikey, but I mean, it's carrying a long, long way.
Yeah, got away with that one.
For sure. That sounded good.
Yeah, good strike.
That sounded really good. And Cynthia, you've been working in the swing a little bit with Scott Cooks?
Yeah, with Scott before. I think I wasn't tilting, so it was just getting a little duck hook out.
Cynthia, where do you have that back weight set up?
I have it at T1.
T1, okay.
With the red one.
Okay.
It's really good.
Yeah, good.
And that's a little bit more of your shot shape there, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you turn it over a touch more. I mean, how good is that?
So good. Really good numbers.
Okay, Cynthia, very good. Very, very good. Let's see what we got. So, yeah, averaging 226 in the carry, 239 in total. Very efficient, 16 launch, 2,500. Strike is, for the most part, in a really, really good spot. One of the things I loved about that was even when we missed it a little bit into the kind of, like low heel is the coldest, spinniest part of the head.
Yeah.
And it was still a really good drive.
Yeah, I think that's one thing we noticed with Autoflex over the last year, I guess, is if you can control strike enough, Autoflex works well for a lot of people.
Yeah.
The minute you get a little squirrely with it, it doesn't work.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Cynthia, what's your next club? What's your fairway wood that goes next?
I have an M6 5-wood.
Okay.
This one I feel like I have to always choke down on it because it's so long.
And you were saying 5-wood to you just feels long?
Yeah, because I think I got this just off the rack.
Standard, okay. Atmos 5R, is that what's in it?
Yes.
That was pretty good there, Cynthia.
Generally an easy 180 carry for you, 185 outside?
Yeah, pretty easy to carry that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a sizable gap there, Cynthia. There's no doubt about it. And it's kind of like we said at the start, Mikey. Sometimes when you make something very good, it can lead to some challenges trying to kind of match up. 13 mile an hour difference in ball speed. Let's look at the club delivery. So actually, Cynthia does an incredibly good job at transitioning from driver into fairway. That can often be the issue here, guys, is that when you get somebody who's very efficient with the driver, because they hit up on it nicely, the same angle attack carries over to the fairway wood, and you get some kind of inconsistent strikes with the fairway wood. But that is not the case here at all. Okay, we need to build something here for you, Cynthia, that's going to fill the gap a little bit better. Yeah, we certainly need it to be going out there to 215.
Yeah, 215
realistically.
Easily.
Carrying, close to 2 and going 215.
Yeah.
Okay, sound good?
Yep.
Let's get to work.
Okay, Cynthia, so first combo today, Stealth 16.5 3HL with a Ventus Red 5R. For us in the Bay, this is a bit of a high launching 3-wood. Again, Stealth's been really popular so far this year, so excited to see you hit this one.
See the club kind of falling behind you a little bit there. All right, Cynthia, let's see. How does it kind of initially? How does it feel?
To me, right now, it's just a little clunky.
Feels clunky, heavy.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit.
We've got a couple other lighter options, so let's see what we can see from your delivery.
Good strike, but almost same to what she's currently
Yep.
using.
Yep, it's pretty similar. Tad quicker in the ball speed there. But yeah, as you say, looking remarkably similar. Okay, let's switch out that shaft into something a little bit lighter that feels like you could maybe generate a little bit more pop. Okay, Cynthia, we're going to lighten the shaft up a little bit of a softer profile as well in the VA Villain. Let's see if this feels a tad easier.
Strike.
Okay, carry was up a little bit there. Starting to see that height spike nicely.
Ball speed's up a little bit too.
Okay. Yeah, winning in the two kind of key categories from a height perspective, in the ball speed and the launch. Obviously, when we look at Cynthia's driver, I think the way Cynthia delivers driver, we're not really looking to achieve the same apex, but if it sits, kind of a little bit of more of a similar window, that'd be nice. Okay, so 191, 208. Probably still looking for 5-6 yards more.
Comfortable 200-yard carry would be a game changer, I think, for your game anyway, Cynthia. I know you were down in Texas not too long ago, and coming back, you're like, I need that club that can get me on those par 5s or whatever it is to give yourself a chance to, to shoot some lower scores.
Spin will be a little down on that one, Cynthia, which can help carry a little further. Does this feel a little more comfortable?
Yeah, I felt comfortable right when I picked it up.
Good. Okay, 2 or 3 more. Really nice. And that is the flight we're chasing right there, isn't it? That is exactly it. All right, so first or second club, first heads with a different shaft, the VA Villain, way better. Being able to get the ball speed up another 3 miles an hour, launch is up and spin is down. That's a recipe, isn't it, for obviously getting you that little bit extra. Pretty cool to see a lower lofted club can go higher if you achieve the right launch conditions, pair it up with the right shaft. Guys, don't necessarily attribute loft to height. That doesn't always work out that way. We're really looking here at ball speed being the main velocity factor, or main kind of height factor, and then launch angle obviously is key as well. So when we look at, actually, in this case, Cynthia's delivering more loft with her 4-wood than she is with a 5-wood.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think one thing for us is where having those higher lofted 3-woods, it makes it a little bit easier to get off the deck as well. And like you said, if you can create that launch and control that spin, it's a little cheater club.
I mean, a little 14 yards onto your fairway, Cynthia, that would make this club much more appealing for those kind of longer second shots, and even the odd kind of the odd tee shot where you need to lay up in front of a a potential hazard or something like that. Okay, let's flip out into the Acro shaft now.
Okay.
Okay, going to be tough to top that last one, but let's see what this TZ6 does.
Better strike.
Better strike, but probably slightly out in the toe and working quite hard to turn that back over. Yeah. So, I mean, really relying on the toe strike with the marginal open face to get that back.
This one does feel like the most comfortable.
This one feels...
Of the three.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And what's more comfortable about this one than the last one?
It was just when I was actually able to make better contact with it.
Okay.
It's a little hot one there. It's got some run on it.
Yeah. Good swing there. Even that one, like you said, it stays open a little bit.
It does.
But now you're easily carrying 200.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this one's got the most legs on it, that's for sure. I mean, it's, even though you're keeping the face slightly open on it, it just has a little bit more pop, and we can see it there. Ball speed spins down a fraction, so it flattens out in the trajectory on the way in. Marginal.
The minute, Cynthia, you start to play that little draw that you're comfortable with, and you turn it over a few, I mean, 200 plus, 205 on the carry, no issues.
Okay. One more with this one. To me, it looks a little bit like hard work, this one. I know the strike feels good, but it does look like it's hard. It's a little bit of a challenge to match it up. The face kind of wants to hang a little bit on the open side. Okay, we've done a little XXIO on the channel in the past, but not too much.
No.
Something a little bit lighter, a little bit softer, and see how that. I know you find Fairway at times, hard to swing.
Yeah.
It feels heavy, so probably straight away you feel this probably does feel a bit lighter.
Yeah, it feels a lot lighter than that other one I just gave back to you guys.
Okay. I'll take it.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, good strike.
I mean, if you want to make your life easier with a fairway wood, this would be a good way of doing that. I mean, ball speed is nicely up at the minute with this one. Quite a good jump.
Fraction lower spin, but I mean, it's nothing crazy.
No issue, yeah, no big deal. I mean, just a fraction. Launch is down a little bit, but the ball speed is up, so it's really hitting a similar apex to the other two. Gives us two more with this one. It's pretty good though. One thing I don't love about this one, Cynthia, is it's completely changed your club path.
Yeah.
It's made you come a little bit from from out to in. You're catching them. I know we don't have strike on here. We've got one dot on the club, but we're hitting them in the heel.
Yeah.
So we've kind of got it starting on line and cutting away. It's got a very different start line than the other ones. I think it might be too light, too soft, which is why it's causing us to do that.
Let's change it up.
Change it up, yeah. Okay, TSi2, Cynthia, forward 16.5, same as the Stealth we were trying. We do have the ability to take the weight out the head with this one, which we have done, because Cynthia was saying that the head weights have felt a little on the heavy side. So immediately, do you notice much of a difference when you kind of give this one the waggle test?
Yeah, I picked this up. It felt a little heavier overall. But
Yes, but more balanced throughout the whole club. Good. Almost a little thin. The good thing is, even the misses are better than the old 5 wood. Okay, we're going to go back and throw the villain in the Stealth forward again.
That was good.
Yeah, I do like this combo for you again. Back to the Stealth HL. with the VA Villain shaft. I mean, that's right back on point.
Good swing, really good.
That's a beauty, Cynthia. Painting the line. Okay. I love when we go second time around and we kind of get the same result again. We get that confidence that it's not just a sort of one time, you know, one and done. That was exceptional.
Able to shut the face a little bit more and stayed, like you said, painted the center line.
Mm-hmm.
You know, standing back here, that would be, you know, wrap it up. That's as good as it's going to get. Really, really nice to see.
If we see a player that comes in for a fit and, you know, they show us a consistent delivery, and Cynthia is pretty consistently in to out. When the club gets light, it can get actually a little bit more out to in, but when we give her the clubs that have the right balance, it gets a little bit in to out. We're really looking for the draw at that point, so we're looking for that face-to-path relationship that can give us the consistent ball flight that we're seeing there, which is really straight or the nice little draw.
Yeah, yeah, it was, you know, autopilot. I like using that term in a fit, and if we can make it easier and achieve that goal of you getting it closer to that 200 carry all the time, it's a no-brainer.
Definitely. 3-wood off the ground is hard enough work without us having to fight our own swings and start to make a swing that's not really within our DNA. And like we said with you, Cynthia, when you get that path going in to out and the face closes just a little bit, you hit that lovely high draw. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. And you've got lovely delivery conditions for fairway woods. You know, you pretty much zero out your angle of attack. You're super neutral in your path, and your face is pretty square. As long as we're striking the right spot, you're very, very efficient with it. There's not much not to like.
No, that's in the bag for the season for sure.
Okay, so fairway wood is sorted. We've kind of nudged you another 15 yards down the fairway, closer to that driver that we love. So, what do you have? What's the next club in the bag?
I have a 4 hybrid.
4 hybrid, okay. As a little preview and teaser towards our next video with you, do you want to just show us what this does and give everyone a little idea as to what we'll be trying to beat and get out the bag next? And this is the matching one to the 5-wood.
The M4.
This is M4 and Atmos 6R?
Yeah.
Cool, okay. And you are comfortable carrying this how far?
170, I'd say, for this one.
She called it.
Calling the shots now. That was impressive.
We might not be changing anything. Very good. Love that. Very good. Are you pretty comfortable with this one?
Yeah, this one, of all the clubs in the bag, like the top end of the bag, this one's the most comfortable.
Can see why.
All right, so as we see sort of things progress, we do have a decent gap again.
Yeah.
And it might not even be, I mean, I know you quite like this club, so it might not even be that it you know, gets taken out the bag, but we certainly need something to fill the gap between sort of the kind of 167 carry, 197 carry, probably bump that up to, you know, the high 170s, maybe even around 180. That would be nice. So whether that's, you know, I'm thinking right now maybe a little 7-wood.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to go 4 and 7-wood, then into the hybrids. A 5-iron, your longest iron?
6 iron.
6 iron. And how far does that carry? Remind me about
150.
150?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to have to put a little bit of thought into this, for sure, how we're going to comprise 14 clubs that can obviously match up nicely. I think when we start our next session, we have a good idea what the 4 hybrid does now. Probably want to get you to hit that 6-iron, get that baseline number, and take the 4-wood and the driver, and then see how many clubs we've got and what the yardage gap is. Probably is going to be 2 clubs that fit in there. And then we'll see how we can piece that together.
I like the 7-wood idea. That's going in my mind right now. Something a little bit higher lofted fairway wood could close the gap really, really nicely.
Could be good, good for Cynthia. You were saying that feels a little bit on the long side with the hybrids for you. So we'll see what we can do with that little 7. Maybe go, a little shorter 7-wood length, and see if that gets Cynthia super comfortable.
Love it.
Okay, guys. I mean, this is how we do it. This is how we put the set together. We make it all match. We make it all function. It's not about the brands. It's not about the shaft. It's just about the numbers and making sure that we hit our target numbers, making sure we're not out on the golf course without any solutions for the problems that we're likely to face out there. Everything has to match up really, really nicely. Cynthia's driver performance meant that we had a gap created in there, so it was about nudging everything incrementally up the line. Okay, stay tuned for the next episode with Cynthia. We will see you again soon.